comes every 2-3 months, and he teaches a few people from the community. We have a group. These people, they learn with the rabbi. They are not professionals, they are not cantors, but they learn with the rabbi, and they are they do all the service every week. Every Friday night we have a Kabbalah Shabbat service. Every Saturday morning we have the Shahar in the Shabbat, and also we celebrate all the festivities, the high holidays. For Friday night, for example, we receive more than 130 people, and for Saturday mornings around 100. And in the high holidays, you know, everybody's coming to the synagogue. In Cuba now, we are around 1,300 Jews in all the island. Around 800 live in Havana. So we have 5 synagogues in Cuba, 3 in Havana. This one is not only a synagogue, this one is also like a JCC, a community center. We have, like I told you, we have the school, downstairs we have the library, our offices. We have also a pharmacy in the community, which is here. In the pharmacy works 2 doctors. They are volunteers, they are from the community. And these ladies, they giving the medicine to Jewish and not Jewish people also. The people came with the prescription and we giving the medicine for free because we receive all the medicine for free. So they also send medicines to the other provinces. We have also the Sephardic Center and the Orthodox Synagogue and the Israel Synagogue. We have 1 more synagogue in Santiago de Cuba and 1 more in Camagüey. Before the revolution, I'm going back now. The first Jews came in 1906 from your country. And in the late 20s, in the 30s, it was a lot of Jews coming to Cuba. Why Cuba? They did not even know Cuba exists. At that time, Cuba was a country who accepted immigrant people, so they came here with the idea to go after to the United States. Most of them get a visa, some of them get married in Cuba, and they was living here. Before the revolution, it was in Cuba 15,000 Jews, but in 1959, most of them left to Miami, because the big problem was the revolution, they confiscated all the private business, and that's why most of the Jews decided left to Miami. Now we are not so many, but believe me, we make a lot of noise, so we are here. We have excellent relationships with the government. The president of the government, Raúl Castro, he was visiting the community in 2010, celebrating Hanukkah with us. Also his brother, Fidel Castro, was in Cuba in 1998 celebrating Hanukkah. We don't receive any support from the government. The Cuban government, they don't support any religious movement, but we have excellent relationships with the government. We can participate in birthright program. Birthright, help me, okay? Birthright is a program for youngsters from all over the world. They go to visit Israel for first time, so we participate in birthright, also in March for Delivery program. We are supported, it's raining a lot. We are supported a lot for a lot of people, a lot of organizations, for example, the American Joint Distribution Committee, the JDC, most of the support that we receive from your country. From Canada, for example, in Cuba we don't have kosher food. If you have questions, just stop. In Cuba we don't have kosher food. So thanks to Canada, since 1962, they sent a big container with all Passover food for every Jewish family in Cuba. So at least we can eat one time during the year, filters, matzah, kosher wine, which is great. We also receive support from Mexico. You have questions? What else do you want to know? We have women organization in the community. We have senior organization. We have Rikudeyams groups, Israel dancings. We have Rikudeyams groups in the community.
The building next to this was one time the Jewish school?
Yes, at the beginning, until the corner, everything was from the community. Behind this building, we have a theater, what used to be the theater of the community. But when all the Jews left, it was hard years, like in the 60s, in the 70s, in the 80s. We don't have the money for support all this building, so it's really big. So the board of the community, they decided sell theater to the government. So now it's a theater for the government, but that theater used to be from the community. If you go inside, in the front, you have a Maguey David. So, but it was really hard years, and the board they decided to sell the theater to the government. It's just in 1999, thanks to a lot of people, thanks to Jews in Baltimore, Jews in Miami, the JDC also, they put the money for rebuild the synagogue. That's why the synagogue is so pretty now. In 2000, we fixed all the synagogue. So that's why it's so pretty now. We have Torahs. The last one was donated in 2010 from your country. The last one was donated. The old one, I don't know how many years they have, but we have the 5 books of the Torah. We celebrate also Bar and Bat Mitzvah in the community without the rabbi, but we do it. For example, this year we will be celebrating 8 Bar and Bat Mitzvah. So the kids, when they're going to do it, they pass a course for 1 year. They learn how to read from the Torah. So when they do it, they have to read from the Torah. Something else? Yes.
What's the average age of the people in the congregation?
It's seniors. The most of the people are seniors. A little problem for the community now. We are also allowed to be Aliyah to Israel. So the most of the youngsters of the community, they are making Aliyah to Israel. You see, Cuba, the economic not so good. The most of the youngsters, they live in the same house with 3 generations. And they want to get married, they want a house, they want a car. And in Cuba, it's not impossible, but almost impossible. And the most of the youngsters from the community, they are making Aliyah to Israel. That's a little problem for us, and the most of the people are seniors people. We don't have so much newborns per year, so most of the people are seniors. We also have Jewish cemeteries. When the first Jews arrived to Cuba, the first things they do was open a Jewish cemetery. It's in Guanabacoa, so we have also Jewish cemetery.
Our understanding is that anti-Semitism isn't really an issue here in Cuba. Is that true?
We don't have anti-Semitism. As you can see, we don't have policemen in our doors, securities. No, the people from Cuba, they are friends of everybody. And no, we don't have any anti-Semitism in Cuba. If you want to go in the street with your kippah, you're not going to have any problem. Maybe the Cubans, we are curious, so maybe someone is going to ask you, what is that? The new fashion or whatever, but no. You are not going to have any problem with that, no. That's great for us.
And that's all, it sounds like that was historically the way it was.
Yeah, never in Cuba was any anti-Semitism, no.
Any of you who have traveled and visited synagogues in any other country but ours know that to just walk in without the security, without the police, it's so rare. So this is a very special.
Yeah, I also visit the synagogues in Mexico. We also receive support from Mexico, and I was impressed. A lot of securities, and that is not usual for me. I go to the synagogue, and no one is going to ask, who are you? Oh, no, I was impressed, really impressed. Not only me, everybody, all the ladies who was with me, we was, what is this? What happened here? Yeah.
Is there a correlation between the people who go on the birthright trip to Israel to the people who emigrate to Israel?
Yes. Birthright is for youngsters, so they go, they visit Israel. You know, in Birthright program, they also spoke a lot about the Aliyah. So when they came back, yes, they came impressed. Just like Cuba, it's really different from your country. If you visited Israel, it's really different from Israel. So they came back impressed. And a few ones from the kids, they came and they said, I want to make Aliyah. Yes. example, a lot of time we ask for, a lot of people in Cuba, they suffer asthma. So a lot of time we ask for an inhalator for asthma. If the people goes to the regular pharmacy, they just have one inhalator per month. So a lot of people, it's not enough, one inhalator per month. So they came here and they have the inhalator. Also in the community, for example, now we have a lot of people suffer sugar in the blood. Diabetes. Thank you, diabetes. So we need glucometers. Also we have a kid in the community now who is diabetic, it's just a kid, and we need the glucometers. We need antibiotics. So that's why the people came here. In the regular pharmacy, they don't have enough for everybody. So they came here. Vitamins, we ask for a lot of vitamins, vitamin C, so yeah.
Is there any relationship with the Jewish community and the other religions, the Catholic Church or the other?
Yes, we have excellent relationships. Yeah. We have excellent relationships here. Yeah, with the church and with the Catholics. Yeah.
Do they have conversations or do people visit Christians?
Not basically, but when, for example, when we're going to have all the religious movements, sometimes 1-2 times during the year, they get in a meetings with also with the government, and we goes, but not so many people are visiting, and because we just have relationships, yeah.
I understand that the Chabad have come to Cuba. I'm wondering what people in your congregation feel about the Chabad being
In Cuba, we don't have Chabad.
Oh, no.
We used to have Chabad, but right now we don't have Chabad. And the little problem is for the Chabad, most of the people in the community get married with not Jewish people. So if your mother is not Jewish, you are not Jewish for the Chabad. So, and that is a big problem. Right now, the most of the people in Cuba, my mother is Jewish, but the most of the people have just the father is Jewish. The mother convert, but for Chabad, you are not Jewish. And that's why we don't like Chabad. And
Neither do we.
that's why in Cuba we don't have Chabad now, so no.
How do you get along with the Orthodox and the Sephardic?
We are not so many, so we have to be together. Also, at the beginning the synagogue was an Ashkenazi synagogue, but now we are together. Ashkenazi people go to the Sephardic center on Friday night. On Saturday morning, Sephardic people are coming here. And also the people who goes to the Orthodox synagogue in Israel. It's important, the synagogue is Orthodox, but the people who goes to the synagogue, they are not really Orthodox. So they go because they live near from the synagogue, and we are not so many, so we have to be together. We are just a few ones, so no. We have our problems, but no, we have to be together.
How many Jewish groups from other countries, from the States or Canada, come to visit here?
How often, for example?
Yeah, is it very
It
common?
depends. In these months, it's a lot of groups coming. So 1-2 groups per day. For example, today we have your group, and in the afternoon we have another group from the States. The most of the groups that we receive, they are from the States. Also the donations, the most of the donations are from the United States. From Canada, we don't receive so many groups. No, the most of the groups are from the United States. And now we are receiving a lot of groups from Israel also. But in July, in August, in September, we don't receive any group. So in these months is the high season.
So who coordinates? I don't know enough about birthright to actually probably know this.
We go with the Canadian group, so they coordinate everything. Cuba and Israel, they don't have government relationships, so we go with the Canadian group. So we travel to Canada, to Toronto, and there we travel with the Canadian group to Israel. So that's the way. Just in the Canadian embassy, Israel, they have a small office, and this is the way also for the Aliyah program. So in the Canadian embassy, they have a small office, but Cuba and Israel, they don't have government relationships. That's the way we go to Birthright. And the Canadian, they do all the paperwork, and that's the way. Also, you have photos from the community. Thank you for coming. And if you have more questions, I'm here.
Can we see the library?
Yeah, it's downstairs. Yeah, now it's not raining. Yes.
And we also want to get a photograph of our group. Is it possible here in this?
Yeah. Okay.
And also we'll gather on the front steps. We want a whole group photograph. Baruch we praise you, loving God, creator of the universe, who has kept us in life, sustained us, and permitted us to enter your home in this special place. Amen.
We invite our host to
Yes.
join us. Thank you for making this possible.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
So we'll join together in our song of friendship and peace. Ine mato